Hello, hello. Hidden Hermit here. Hi, how you doing? Look, it's the star. Oh, who doesn't love the star? And here is the star from the... Oh, before I turn it over, I must warn you, we've got a bit of a big booby alert here. This is the star from the Night Sun Tarot. It's a cracking card if you ask me. I love it lots and lots, and I love the star in general. I mean, after the turmoil of the devil and the tower and death, and temperance, which also can be a little bit perturbing, and then the star rocks up and it's just all lovely and nice. And it's difficult because I think the image of the star and the Waitsmith it's just so lovely. I like it. So it's really hard to not take a card on its own merits, even with the Night Sun, which is, or you may know, one of my favourite decks. A lot of interesting things going on in this star, and a lot of slight departures as well. So when you think about the star, you're thinking about that sense of hope, that sense of the collective being held up high for its greater good. It's a very humanitarian card. It's there's a lot of harmony in there, and I think it's a very arresting image in the Waitsmith. But let's try and move away from that. The Night Sun tells us that it is associated with Aquarius. Aquarius can be a bit cold sometimes, despite the fact that they're on the lookout for everybody else, and they're concerned about the downtrodden and everything. And the star is one of those messages that can provide people with hope. I mean, hope's the one word that comes out when the star comes up, and it's really difficult as well when you reverse it. It's like it's still a bit hopeful, maybe not as much hope. You do get the idea of false hope or false pretenses perhaps, or being misled, but it's just such a lovely card. Now, interesting with the Night Sun, it's a darker palette, and there's a darker vibe going on here. And what I find really fascinating, I mean, the Aquarius and the star is related to the water bearer. That kind of balance of things flowing. It's a tricky card to explain, to be honest. It's more of a card that you feel, if you like. But if I was to direct you to, well, not just the big boobies, but it's kind of different here. So she's in a pool of water, and yet her hands are kind of taken on the nature of earth more than anything else, which is interesting. I kind of think that perhaps it's more of an aesthetic thing. I mean, Fabulous Strana is a incredibly talented artist. Just his output of work is incredible, so I'm wondering if it's more of a sort of a symbolic thing, swapping out the earth to water, because obviously this star here, she's on the ground with 1 foot in the water, and she's pouring out the water, whereas this star, she's in the water and she's like becoming one with the earth. I don't know. It's interesting. You got the septenary star up here with this nice little thing going on. I don't know. It's mysterious, the star is one of those cards where it's really worth to actually meditate on, to actually contemplate, to really try and fathom the meaning, because it's up there. It's higher. It's like the moon and the sun. I mean, it's a lovely run of cards there. It's all about that sort of higher divinity, if you like. So it is something to meditate on. Yep, it is a very beautiful woman in there, looking kind of awesome. Looking, there isn't a sense of malice about her. There isn't sort of a sense of happiness either. She's just there. She's just being. She's existing. I do like this card. I do not know what the relevance of these are. I'm sure I'm just being a bit naive or ignorant, to be honest. So please, if you know what the blue cubes are, I kind of get a sense it's something Eastern, But if you do, please leave a comment. I'd love to know, and I'm kind of lazy, so I'm not going to look it up. So the star, Aquarius, the Hebrew letter He, one of the letters, if you like. But the book tells us that the star is about action and hope, altruism, fecundity, irrigating. I like that. I like that. Again, you know, the water and the earth, bringing fertile things, bringing things to life. I like that. That's awesome. A placement, reconciling, sacralization. Again, going with that higher sort of divine level. Nostalgia. If you do turn it round, make it ill-dignified, then you can think of uncertainty, obstinacy, and waste. The Night Sun Tarot always poses you a question when a major comes up, and it's such a simple question. It's too simple indeed. But when the star comes up, the question it asks you is, where must I direct my energies? And I love the qualifier must. Where must I? Not where could or where should, or, you know, if you can be bothered, do this. It kind of demands it from you. That, again, that Aquarian energy. Where must I direct my energies? It's a good question, star. So that's the star from the Night Sun Tarot.